And we also have with us today Mr. Alonzo Turner Bay. It is the Mr. Alonzo Turner Bays of the world that we do this while we are all here. And Mr. Alonzo Turner Bay, recently came home and is going to speak to us from a very lived perspective and give us a very clear understanding of what our current incarcerated loved ones, how they're still sitting in harm's way of COVID. Mr. Alonzo Turner Bay.
Yes, can you hear me? Yes, my name is Alonzo Turner Bay. I went to prison at 17 years old. I served 31 years, 6 months, 15 days. I was recently released from Jessup Correctional Institution in Jessup, Maryland. Right before I left, the housing unit I was in had a real bad outbreak of COVID. I was fortunate enough to make it out because I suffer from multiple underlying conditions. I have asthma, I have high blood pressure, and I have some kidney issues that has developed since I was in incarceration. PPE being distributed in Jessup Correctional Institution is not being done. Before I left, the security chief, she put out a memo stating that if a prisoner was found to be making a face mask out of his own clothing, like for example, if I was to make a face mask out of his black t-shirt, the results would be I would be placed on lockup and given an infraction for destruction of my own property. The reason a lot of us turned towards making face masks out of our own property is because at the beginning of the pandemic, the warden came out with a memo saying we will be given a face mask, a face shield, and latex gloves. Every inmate will receive these. Well, we were not given no face shields. We were not given no gloves. We was given one face mask that was made out of khaki material, out of uniform materials from our MCE, which after you wash it a few times, they're elastic, become outstretched, and you couldn't hold it on your face or hold it on your face as snug as you to protect yourself. So we resorted to making our own. Some men was placed on lockup. Some officers confiscated homemade face masks. And as for the shields, when we began to question the security chief, Ms. Antoinette Washington, about this, she said, the reason we are not giving y'all shields is because one of my officers may have to mace one of y'all. And I was astonished for this woman to say something like that. The reason that she refused to protect the lives of the 2,000 men at JCI, it hurt because before I left, I had a friend who got sick and I pushed him to the hospital. And lo and behold, he died. COVID killed him. And so this is important to me because this is a man who taught me a lot. This is a man who helped me along the ways because I came to prison as a kid. And I'm watching men die in there, men who I respect, men I look up to, all because the staff is taking this as a joke. There's no contract tracing. On July 29th, a sergeant in my housing unit, she tested positive, Sergeant Berry. None of the other 8 officers who worked with her were put on quarantine. They was allowed to stay at work that day. They was allowed to roam through the prison freely. Officers are not wearing their mask properly. They're just covering their mouth. And then when they leave off the tier, they take the mask off. The staff at Jessup Correctional Institute, the Department of Public Safety and Correctional Service are not handling this pandemic the way that it should be. The prisoners are trying our best to protect our lives, but we can't if we are not being given that which we are supposed to be given. And in cases where we try to do things to protect ourselves, we are being punished. So in all, we are being punished. In reality, some of us are taking it like, man, they want us to die. They want us to die. Decarceration needs to happen. We're calling on Department of Public Safety, the parole board, and the governor. I'm saying, you are saying you're gonna let people who with a nonviolent offense who within 4 months go home. I'm saying include everybody, regardless of your charge. Let's not look at 4 months, let's look at 1 year. Anybody who is due to be released within 1 year, let them go home on home bonding. Let them go out. Start restoring good days to the men and women who may have lost them so it can go home. If a woman is due to be released in 1 year, let her go home tomorrow. If she has good days that can put her out the door or put her within a 1 year release date, give them back to her. Give these people their good days back, start releasing them. Start unclogging the system. Start letting the parole board do their job. I'm calling on Mr. Bloomberg. Start giving speed up some of these parole hearings. Give these men and these women the opportunity to earn their freedom. Stop lagging behind, stop postponing them, because we are dying inside these prison walls because of y'all refusing to adhere to what the professionals and the experts are telling you to do. If you rely on the public health experts to do this and to do that, and they're telling you to decarcerate, decarcerate. If they're telling you to give us the PPE, give us the PPE. Because we're dying when you're refusing to listen to the professionals.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alonzo Turnabay.